Okay, now that you've read the story of the long tail and kind of that whole background, Chris Anderson also came up with this idea of free, that anything that you find online is going to be free in some way. And you can actually make money by giving away free things. If you think about, again, with the music industry, that was a big, problem several years ago when bands would be upset that their fans were downloading free music on Napster, and that is a legitimate, concern because that's the number one way that a lot of times bands will make money. But that was the big idea, was like, why would I pay for something when I can get it for free online? Same with the news industry or the media industry. Why on earth would I pay for an article when I can? I mean, I don't know how many people that have actually paid for an article on New York Times when you had to pay for it. There's other sites where they force you to pay through a paywall or something, or subscription. And so this idea, this video, shows how basically you can actually make money, and oftentimes make more money, by giving away free stuff than you could by actually selling something.
In the 1950s, Admiral Strauss, the chairman of the Atomic Energy Commission, said at the dawn of the era of nuclear energy that the splitting of the atom would make electricity too cheap to meter. And he was wrong, but as a thought experiment, consider if he'd been right. Consider if, in fact, electricity had become too cheap to meter, that something that touches every aspect of the economy became so cheap that you could waste it, just throw it away. We'd have an electron economy. Everything would be driven by electricity. Our cars, our heat, we'd be desalinating water, we'd be irrigating vast swaths of the country because it cost us nothing to do so. What's happened now is that three other technologies that touch every bit as much of our world as electricity does are becoming too cheap to meter. Bandwidth, storage, and processing. All the technologies of the computer revolution are doing exactly what Admiral Strauss said electricity would do. And what's going to happen is that they're going to transform the world in every bit as many ways as free electricity would have. And as more and more businesses become digital businesses, as more and more services become software, as more and more products become downloads, they all start to move from the world where things are not too cheap to meter to where they are, to where things get more expensive every year, to an economy where things get cheaper every year. And that means that the inevitable destination is free. The fact that the most successful company in the technology world today, Google, offers everything they do for free is, on the face of it, really kind of astounding. They offer services, software, information, content, all of it's for free. Everything Yahoo does is for free. These are huge, profitable companies that make billions of dollars, and yet they do so. Their entire business model is built around giving things away free to the consumer. All the feedstocks to the digital economy are getting cheaper. All the lines are going down. Now, they never quite hit zero, but they get so close to zero. The question is, at what point can you take them from cheap to free? Now, the difference between 1 penny and free is the difference between having to make a conscious decision to purchase a product and to just do it. But what about the economy that's in Wikipedia? What about the economy that's in Craigslist? What about that stuff where there is no advertising? No money changes hands anywhere in those economies. Or are they economies at all? This is what we call the gift economy. And the gift economy was considered a kind of a fictional, fantasy thing that only existed in Burning Man in Berkeley. There's no advertising involved. There's no hidden cross-subsidy. There's no hidden transfer of wealth. It is entirely free labor consumed with no expectation of payment or monetary exchange. So I think that between open source and the blogosphere and social networking, user-generated content, and Wikipedia, we are seeing the creation of a gift economy which is on massive scale and really doesn't exist in conventional economics at all. Every industry that becomes digital eventually becomes free.
So if you watch the video, you can see that, companies can make money by giving away free content. Just take Google, for example. I don't know how many of you have a Gmail account, but probably most of you. How many of you actually pay for Gmail? Nobody. Nobody pays for a Gmail account. Nobody pays to search on Google. That is a completely free service. But what they do is they subsidize your use of Gmail by other means. Same with Dropbox. I don't know how many of you have Dropbox accounts, but Dropbox provides a free account for anybody. When you go to Dropbox.com, you can download, you can sign up it'll say, although that's, I'm already signed in, but it should say something like, welcome, you get 5 gigabytes for free. So you get something for free without having to pay a dime for it. Now, they do make money another way. What they do is they have premium options where if you wanted to pay for it, you can, and you could, basically, when you're a paying customer to Dropbox, you get special premium features, and you're basically subsidizing everybody else who has been getting free Dropbox for years and years. So there are basically, two schools of thought here where this is, they actually get paid through advertising, through completely other means, and Dropbox gets paid through people who are paying but for premium accounts. So these are two different models in this world of free. And in the article that we have below that I want you to read in a second, it'll kind of go through these as well, each of these concepts. So this is the world of Freakonomics. The idea, again, that you can give free things away online and still make money. So WordPress would be a great example of kind of like the Dropbox model where everyone gets a free account. This is called freemium. So if you go to, WordPress, you all have this semester, you've all created blogs, you all did that for free. Now WordPress also makes some money on advertising. We'll get to that in a second. But mainly how they make money is if you wanted to upgrade your account to get a vanity domain, or if you wanted to add extra features or a really cool theme, you could pay for it. And again, there would be few people who are paying for everyone else to get a free account. So they subsidize your free WordPress account in other ways. So that would be called freemium. Other examples obviously are Dropbox. There's lots of other freemium examples out there. Kind of like the pay-to-play if you're on an app like Clash of Clans, or if you have other apps that you download, or you could buy bigger guns, or you could buy up higher levels, or you could purchase things that will help you beat other people. But that money that you're paying obviously subsidizes all the other people who are paying for free. The next one here is cross subsidies. What that means is basically they will give you the horse for free, but you have to buy the grain to feed it. It's like they'll give, like if you think about your AT&T plan or any kind of phone plan you may have. Oftentimes they'll give you a free phone or a at cost phone, or so you get a device for very low cost or free, but you're going to end up paying every single month with what's called cross subsidies. You're going to still pay with your payment plan, right? You're paying like $100 a month for this plan, and that is subsidizing what you did get for free. So there are some models out there where they'll give you something for free, but you have to pay for it in another way. Advertising, obviously, still very popular. It's not a thing of the past. It's very much a thing of the current. But the difference is between advertising of the past, like in a newspaper or in a commercial, even in YouTube pre-roll sometimes, is we're dealing now with a world of smart advertising. Native advertising is a great example of it. So if you go to BuzzFeed, let's just go to BuzzFeed.com, they're making money hand over fist on what's called promoted content or branded content or sponsored content. You really don't see any banners on here. I mean, here's what's this. You do you. Okay, so that's one banner ad that they have. But most of their money is actually made through, if you look a little bit closer, you'll see certain articles are promoted, meaning that they are subsidized by a certain company. So this is one, 14 games you should play with your whole squad this summer. But it is with Bic lighters. So this was a brand publisher. Okay, so it's great content. It's interesting. You know right off the bat that it was subsidized. Bic probably paid a lot of money for this. But it's a really good listicle, and it looks just like something you'd see on BuzzFeed anyway. So back to our conversation about native content. When content is blended in with its environment, like Twitter, obviously that's going to be more relevant to providing news and information. It's going to be native to that environment. So same thing here with native advertising. You want advertising that doesn't feel like an advertisement. And so that would be branded content. They make a lot of money on that. I mean, and they're promoted, like down here, 13 of the most I guess that's the same way. 14 games you should play, but Bic Lighter did this one too. 13 of the most American ways to celebrate 4th of July. So, same thing, but again, it's sponsored. It's sponsored content, branded content. Very smart. And so we're seeing more of this, in your Facebook news feeds. It's not just a random article. It takes a look at your cookies. It takes a look at the sites that you visited in the past, your web cache, and it makes advertising more relevant to you. So it's actually an ad that you would like. It's an ad that you might actually be interested in instead of a random pop-up banner. So advertising is still very much alive. It's a huge way that companies make money. It's just getting a lot smarter with branded and social and native content. Some other ideas I want to go here pretty quickly is Freakonomics. Zero marginal cost. That's basically, if you think of your favorite band, a lot of those bands or local bands will make money and give away free music just because they want to, just because they would have done it anyway, just because there's really no, cost to them that much, and that's what that means, zero marginal cost. They're playing music. It's not that expensive to record yourself in GarageBand or Pro Tools if you have it, to make some tracks, to be creative, and to make something at really no cost to yourself. And so why would you charge somebody for something that you can give away for free? And so that's kind of the model, what I like to think, like a band, like a local band, could very well, give away free music. But then they would make money in another way, like a live show, obviously. They would make money in merchandise and sell a physical product. And so there's lots of other ways that bands can make money besides just selling every song. Then you also have labor exchange. That example is, I just used the LinkedIn example where we all get to use LinkedIn for free. Now they're owned by Microsoft, so it's a little bit different model, I think. But everyone gets a free LinkedIn account, but what LinkedIn does is they will sell your data. To you, your data is more valuable to them than you paying a subscription. So you get a free tool because you sign over a little bit of your rights to them. So they'll sell your, job history data, or they'll sell your, your resume data. They'll kind of turn it into a data, and then they'll sell it to marketers. They'll sell it, and I don't know if you knew that or not, but they sell that data to companies and businesses. So that is a way that you provide a labor for them without really even knowing it a lot of times. And so there's an exchange of labor. You may not be paying physically for it, but you're getting a free account, but they're getting value from you based on your data. And more companies are doing this. Data is so valuable. And then last, that Freakonomics that he talks about is the gift economy. The idea that, you are not necessarily in it to make money. Wikipedia exists because people want to help. It's complete altruism. It's complete, I just want to, work for the greater good. And so that's another way that, you can get free content, like Yahoo Answers. People are just answering out of the kindness of their heart. They're not asking for anything in return, and as a result, there is value associated with that. So anyway, these are just some examples of Freakonomics, and I want you guys to go ahead and read that article below and kind of make your own connections, and maybe you'll find that there's other freemium models that you've heard of, or there's other ways that advertising that you've seen at play. But this is the world again of Freakonomics, where money or where content is given for free, and businesses are still able to make money another way. So go ahead and give that a read, and we'll continue on with the lecture here in a second.